We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
What? Get loose on team.
53, check 53. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. A left flat, a left flat.
One left, one left.
Check 24, check 24.
I eat one.
The first carry for C.J. Procise. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
12.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 74 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard
line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 31 yards there and a first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
61, match box, light.
and less than a yard.
Check safety, check safety.
They're going to run. It's Sproles. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Eagles unable to convert their... 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Carson. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up.
Go! Watch safety 3.
On 3rd down. It's Carson, and he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 on board. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Empty.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's got this down to the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
74.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Got a man open, it's Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 10 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
You know, the raw sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. On first down, Procise. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Being chased out left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. He'll hit Jackson complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. But that's complete to Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Sunday. Motion.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Not today, you are. Not today.
57's the Mike.
Sunday. Oh, yeah.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On play action, Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Seahawks.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. He's got daylight. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it opens.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running with Howard. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7.
30.
3rd and 3.
Hey, zoom.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Joshua Perkins, 76 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with the ampersand? I like it.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in a half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
53, check 53. I got him.
Final play of It's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Patch it. Rush in.
Now Wilson, a final shot before break. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
That 18-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm here all day. Shift. Switches.
Greystone, travel.
Shift. Jack.
Now Howard. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 53 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
53, check 53. Go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Check. 53 is mine.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll begin the drive with Howard.
It's wrong, man. It's wrong.
10 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Check, check.
They'll run with Sanders. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Once again with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14.
Seahawks 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And This is caught off the deflection. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spot on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line.
What? 315.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All right.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
He lets it fly, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 30 yards, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Jason Myers.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Straight 15. Straight 15. Shoot. No. Ram.
They'll run from the pistol with Howard. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
152 fighter. 657. Hey, box truck, box truck.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
46 down, man, 5-4.
50 seconds to Mike.
It's Ray 57.
Mike.
Not here. Slam, slam, slam. 4 Tokyo.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
What? 57
to Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
Wilson to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get into all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Philly. From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Hawks, ready?
56.
Let's listen.
We won it. Come to my work. Check three.
The Hawks.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Wide. Check. 50.
From the 27, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack,
now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. On play action, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. This is caught by Robinson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because
looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. On the ground, this is Williams. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes now on 1st down. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Check 3. Recon, 132 fight.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
That's a safety creep.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Hey, Ridley.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And this is caught. That's Watkins. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. They're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We got 3. Switch. Alert flare.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They will run with Ware. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Hey, 57. Yellow.
Why? Who?
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Flushed, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins, 39 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job. Hey. But, writing down.
And he's going to go down again. Like a freight train there. Derek Nottie with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And taken right at the 35. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow, I go Lane. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Attack!
On first down, it's Williams. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. That's a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was. As he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
We'll see how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They'll run with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal. At the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now.
And I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Now Cousins, going to throw deep for the end zone. Olabisi Johnson, 28 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Chiefs take over.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Hey, 43. Go.
Again, it's Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Focus, focus. Check 37. Check 37.
At the 40-yard line.
He's coming. We got double up, double up.
They'll run on first down. Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Bang, 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 bang. Hey, watch this. Yellow. Watch twist. Watch right. Twist. Hey, alert 3.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow. 180.
Watch the screen. 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 Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
15. 15.
Buzz. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3.
I'm coming. Kill.
Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He is going to find Hill here. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. To throw, it's Mahomes. Stands bouncing to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 25 yards that time.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, Williams. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They run it again with Williams. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
Let's go, boys, bring it up. At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Cousins to throw it. That'll be complete to Cook. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Running on first down with Ware. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, they run again with Ware. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. McCoy. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra points splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Break yellow. There's a line, right? Yellow, go.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This is caught. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Hey, Ridley.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. He's at the 50. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And Diggs has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Cousins. He's going to go up top for the... And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Mike, ready? You ready? Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, D. Check. Yes.
Throwing on first down is Brees. Complete. Smith has it. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 29-yard line.
A four-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on second and 8. Brees now to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got the artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Brees now. This is caught by Gill. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And the Saints.
Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Brees on the draw, gives to Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5 now. Brees back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brees. He's got Smith here. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Ready. We're ready. 53 at the mic. 21. Mike.
Working from the gun. It's Brees. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz connects with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Looking to throw. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first-rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Toss play, Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Boy, a little panic here early. A 1st quarter onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. So an onside kick fail in the 1st quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, They must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing now is Breeze. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off Byron Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Steps away to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
There we go. 4-9. Mike 5-4. Defense wins championships, baby.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And an alley to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 31-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
54.
1st down carry by Elliott. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
You got it.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
We're going to 54. And 47.
At the Saints.
Prescott to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb there to make the grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Forbath to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A good gain there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Check.
From the 31, Breeze toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd and short.
It certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Kill. He can't hit. He's not going to get me. Joker. Check 15. Check. Chopper.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Check three. Big
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando or Jonathan Coachman with our highlights and analysis in this first half of action. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. Here's Breeze to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back.
Here we go, 46, 26.
They start on the ground with Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check.
Now Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got his target, it's Cobb. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can make a play on the football.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
47.
It's 4th down.
Here we go, 47. 26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
A 62-yard attempt.
And And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Buying time to his left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. They'll run on first down. Elliott takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Hey, defense, let's go. Switch. We're going to 54. Why is?
10th carry now for Elliott. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here we go. Mike 54. Let's get the ball. Back. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Prescott on fourth down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to the ground with Elliott. It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Kill. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Prescott now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They'll go with Pollard here on first down, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the shotgun, it's Prescott, and that is caught. It's Witten for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. For that, the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Aaron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Following the interception, here's Prescott sliding out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. On the counter, Elliott works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They go to Elliott again. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
27. Kill.
Prescott on first down. That's complete to Cobb. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One man in the backfield, Elliott. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll give it to him here. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards. Now Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara there to make the grab. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. What's good on the extra point? And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Hey, kill. We're going to 54. Why in?
Looking to throw. Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. 22 yards there. A first down. Prescott now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They run the counter. Pollard, he's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 62 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Forbath, the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. 17. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
11. 50 small. 54. Watch the pass. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Whoa. Check pass. Mike's 5-4.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the drive with Elliott. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Here we go, 47. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kiko Alonso came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Elliott. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Prescott to throw on 4th. Left side by Kyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Throwing here, Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film.
See what they do here.
Saints 17.
Charles, we saw a lot of EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
There we go. 49 to Mike. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Play action now. Prescott. And his first look is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
I don't think you got it, sir.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Prescott. He'll let it fly for Austin. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. 49. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now Pollard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in ball.
Yeah, we saw the result. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Cooper was the target there. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Check it out.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Come on. Switch.
Hey, Rocket. White.
You got track up there.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down. Rivers to throw for it on fourth. Completes it to Benjamin. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Eluding the play. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
No. Off.
3rd and long for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. 26-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. First down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Black 15.
Check 53. I smell fear here.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
180. 80 weapons.
2 yards on the pickup.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down.
Red. 154. Ball.
53. Mike. Hey, tight.
12.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. How about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Pollard, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott, he's going to air one out, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, 34 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Forbath is sent it away now following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath, the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, does it bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. They go play action here on first down. Got Gordon open, completes it. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Play action now. Rivers. Now he's going to go deep down. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 32 that time. From the red zone now, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Going underneath for Gordon. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. On second down, Eckler. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Rivers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
It's caught inside the 25. There he goes, Amari Cooper. A big play there just before halftime. 73 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Malik Collins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Let's get it. 49. Mike's 49. Ready? Switch.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He finds Austin complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. A first down throw here for Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Rivers to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Rivers again. And that is incomplete. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Arlington. Happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety.
Left to right.
Safety creep.
On first and 10, Rivers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Malik Collins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. Allen, the intended receiver.